This is the exact pitch deck that landed my agency over $5.1 million in deals, and today I'm giving it away for free. Whether you're an aspiring agency owner or you already have clients, this template will show how to present your value in a way that brands just can't ignore. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through how I use this deck to close massive deals, break down what all 12 slides should do, and by the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to start closing big clients. But before all that, you need to know two things. Why on earth should you listen to me, and what most people do wrong with pitch decks, because it's not just a cool visual way of presenting a pitch. Firstly, I've been running my influencer marketing agency, Social Media, for over 6 years now and generated millions of dollars. I have the luxury to spend traveling the world, retiring my parents, and doing many cool other things. I've used the exact same pitch deck structure on unicorn brands, as in billion-dollar companies you and I use every single day. So I know what works and why you're not closing deals. Secondly, what people get wrong with slide decks? Like I said before, it's not just a pretty way of showing prospects what you're saying with cool pictures and text. Your pitch deck can either make or break your sales calls, and therefore kill the lifeblood of your business. Some people make mistakes of bombarding prospects with a bunch of text, and some make the misguided judgment that pictures and some titles will persuade your brands to pay you. Both are wrong. There's a fine balance, and that's exactly what the pitch deck template that we're going to go through does today. Now, just before we go through this slide by slide, I want you to know that this is real. These 12 slides have actually made my business over $5 million, and if you're stuck, it's probably because you can't land clients. After outreach, the second hardest thing to do is actually the sales part. So pay attention, because these slides can genuinely change your life. Okay, so after intros, the first slide that we're going to be going through isn't who you are, because brands don't give a shit what your name is, what country you're from, or anything like that. They just don't care until you demonstrate you know what you're talking about. So the first slide is what I like to call a lean-in slide, and that's essentially what can you achieve together with the brand? What are you actually going to produce for them? And that encompasses three things. Firstly, what is the expected results that you can drive? What are you clearly saying you're capable of achieving for this brand? Is it just views on their posts, actual leads, or purely just traffic to their website? Each brand will value different things, so this is completely down to what the specific brand said they're looking for. And that's something you need to figure out on discovery call, where you ask questions and acquire relevant information that you will use later to personalize this deck. Secondly, how much money will these brands make after paying you? What will your influencers make these brands, and how will they actually see the money come through? Would it be day-to-day direct sales, one big surge, or would it be indirect sales through the influencer's exposure, driving efficiency for the brand in other areas? You need to make these expectations clear. And then we've got the visual impact of the campaign results. When we humans visualize something, as in when we can physically see it in front of us, we're more likely to believe in it, as opposed to wishy-washy words. So have the campaign metrics and a dashboard up on screen, as well as some indication of the money potential made, ideally from a previous client's work, or if you don't have any, then just make one up. Now we can get on to who you are, since you love talking about yourself. On this slide, or a collection of slides, if you want to break things up, provide a brief intro into who you are and what your agency does, your mission statement. Doesn't really matter if you don't have one. That basically just means we have the ultimate goal that you want to reach. Ideally, it needs to be about helping your ICP. So ours is to drive the best results and services in the market for gaming, tech, and entertainment brands. Once those are done, here comes the important part. And this is something that the brand will keep in mind. You've got to demonstrate why you'll be the best partner for them. And I always say that the obvious thing everyone cares about is results. If people work for me, I care about them making me more money than I pay them, or hitting the metric that I asked for. But what I care about more, and what will keep me happy as a client, is that the service is spectacular. If I don't have any issues, if things are done on time or even in advance, if communication is impeccable, those are things that brands will care for, since that's all they'll be dealing with every day if they choose you. So you've got to make it clear that those are what they'll be getting if they work with you, and why you're better than anyone else pitching them, because I guarantee multiple agencies are fighting for that client. For this next slide, this is the one that will either win or lose the deal. And this slide is a what you need and how we can help type slide. This is all about showing that you understand the brand's unique situation and how your agency can tailor solutions specifically for them. First, you start with an overview of the client's brief. This is where you demonstrate that you've been listening. What are their main goals? What are the challenges they're facing? What are the objectives of the campaigns? What are the KPIs? You want to basically regurgitate back to them exactly what they've told you, which proves you're paying attention and you understand their needs. Next, you need to go into understanding of their goals and their challenges. challenges. It's not enough to just repeat what they've said exactly word for word. You need to show a deep understanding. Maybe they're struggling with scaling influencer campaigns or getting the right kind of deals. Whatever it is, this is your chance to prove that you're an expert in solving those problems. Because at the end of the day, guys, an entrepreneur is simply just a better problem solver. Rather than helping another person solve a problem, they take the entire problem upon themselves and find a solution which they are then paid for. And finally, you wrap it up with tailored solutions for their business. This is where you make clear that you're not offering some cookie cutter solution. You've taken the time to think about their specific business and created a strategy and a concept that is custom built for them. This part is all about delivering a solution that makes them feel confident that you're the right partner and you've actually put the work in to understand their business and their needs. This is why I drill into your heads in every single video I talk about the importance of picking a niche and picking the right one. Because at the end of the day, how well you understand a brand's problem is a reflection of your grasp on the niche of a whole. Now, let's talk about market insights. This slide is crucial because it shows you know the market inside out and can help guide the brand through the landscape you're operating in. First up, we have relevant market data. You want to hit them with facts and figures that matter to their specific niche, whether it's influencer engagement rates, audience demographics, industry growth, their audience's interests. These numbers need to show that you understand the broader market environment. It's not just about throwing stats at them, it's about using the data to frame their current position and where they can go from here. Next is key trends and opportunities. What's happening in the industry right now that they can leverage? This is where you showcase your expertise. Are there emerging trends that they can capitalize on? Whether it's platform shifts, new audience behavior, or fresh content formats, highlighting these opportunities helps the brand to see the potential in ways that they might not have considered before. Then you're going to cover competitive analysis. This is where you show them how they stack up against their competitors. Give them a sense of where their competition is excelling and where they're falling short. More importantly, explain how you can help them outperform their competition. This gives the brands a strategic advantage which will make them more likely to choose you. This part of the slide matters the most in this case because at the end of the day, I want you to go back to why they agreed to the call. It's because they have a problem and you have offered to have a solution. Now, you need to show you actually understand their problem again and again and again, and then offer them a solution to it. But more importantly, elaborate why you are the one who should implement that solution for them, not someone else. More on that later, but for now, that's slide 4. Alright, now we're getting to the part that brands really want to see, the how we'll get you there part. This is where you outline exactly how you're going to execute the campaign and deliver the results you promised. First, walk them through the step-by-step plan. Here's where you lay out the roadmap for the campaign, show them each step of the process, from the onboarding to the campaign, to launch, to reporting. The key is to be clear and detailed so they know exactly what to expect from each stage. Next, you want to highlight the key phases of the execution, breaking the process down into digestible chunks, whether it's planning, influencer outreach, content creation, post-campaign analysis. Explain the major phases that will take them from start to finish. The structure shows you have a well thought out strategy and makes the whole campaign feel more manageable. Finally, provide actionable insights and timelines. Here's where you get specific. Set clear timelines for each phase and share insights they can use immediately. For example, you might show them when they can expect the first wave of content, how long it will take to ramp up engagement, or when they'll see an initial return on their investment. The more specific you can be, the more confident they'll feel in your ability to deliver. Now we're getting into the creative side of things. This is where you get to showcase how you're going to make the campaign stand out with creative strategy number 1. First, let's go over the concept description. This is where you lay out the big idea behind the campaign. It's all about presenting a unique and compelling concept that's aligned with the brand's goals. It can be anything from a viral influencer collaboration to a sleek, more targeted content campaign, to a giveaway, to a TikTok hashtag, but the idea has to be clear and memorable. Next, show them an example of the content direction. What type of content are we talking about? Is it video content? Maybe a series of posts spread across multiple platforms? Just give them a strong sense of what the campaign will actually look like in practice. Finally, you want to provide a visual representation. This is where mock-ups and images come in. Give the brand something tangible to visualize, whether it's a mock-up of a social media post or an example of an influencer collaboration. Seeing a visual example makes the concept feel real and achievable. Now, the next 3 slides will follow the same structure, each presenting a different creative strategy. The goal here is to give the brand multiple routes to choose from depending on their needs and preferences. That way, they see that you actually care, but also that you can think on your feet and provide multiple ideas that the brand can implement, and maybe that allows you as an upsell opportunity to actually sign them for all 3 ideas. And now, let's move on to one of the most important aspects of any campaign, how we measure success. Because at the end of the day, results are what matters. First, we focus on the key performance metrics. This is where you outline the metrics that really count for the brand. Are they looking for more reviews, increased conversions? higher engagement rates. Whatever it is, you need to make it clear what success will look like and how you'll track it through the campaign. Next, explain the reporting structure. How will you communicate progress and results to the brand? Will it be through weekly reports, monthly summaries, or a real-time dashboard? The key here is transparency. Brands want to know exactly how their campaign's performing, and having a structured reporting process will keep them in the loop. Then, talk about the tracking tools and timelines. What tools will you use to track progress? Whether it's Google Analytics, custom dashboards, or influencer platforms, which in my eyes are really important for tracking campaigns, and I'm actually partnered with one who are called Modash, and you can actually head to the description, you'll find a link to them there, and they will give you an extended free trial of one of their premium plans by booking in a call and telling them that I sent you there. And when you get that platform, it's super important because that is going to help you explain how you're going to track key metrics. And don't forget to give a clear timeline. When can the brand expect to see initial results, mid-campaign updates, and the final analysis? Now, let's talk money with the investment breakdown. This is where you make everything crystal clear for the brand in terms of what they're paying for and what they're getting. First up, we've got the fee structure. You want to be upfront about how your pricing works. Are you charging a flat fee, a percentage of ad spend, or something else? Whatever the model is, lay it out in simple terms so there's no confusion. Usually with our agency, we have a 30 to 40% share of the campaign budget, especially if it's the first campaign, but for you when you're first starting out, that could be 20 to 30%. You can add retainers later down the line once you've got repeat business. Next, go over the breakdown of services. Make it clear what's included in the fee, whether it's influencer outreach, content creation, campaign management, reporting. Each service needs to be accounted for. This transparency helps a brand understand exactly what they're paying for and why it's worth the investment. Finally, emphasize the transparent pricing model. No one likes hidden fees or unexpected costs. Let the brand know that what they see is what they get. There won't be any surprises down the line. A transparent pricing model builds trust and makes it easier for them to say yes to working with you. And last but not least is your proof of success, which is where you show the brand you've done it before and can do it again. This is critical because it builds trust and confidence. First, you want to highlight successful case studies. These are real examples of past campaigns where you've delivered strong results. Walk the brand through what you did, what the goal was, and how you exceeded expectations. Case studies should be tailored to the client you're pitching, so they see the relevance to their business. Next, share testimonials from clients. Hearing directly from satisfied clients is one of the most powerful ways to build credibility. Include quotes or video testimonials from clients who were happy with the results and the experience from working with you. This social proof helps ease any concerns the brand may have. Finally, showcase results achieved in similar projects. This can be performance metrics like increased views, conversions, or sales. If you've worked with similar brands or in the same industry, show them how what you did translated into success for them. But what if you're just starting out and don't have case studies or testimonials yet? Don't worry, everyone starts somewhere. And here's the 3 things that you can do. Firstly, you can leverage mock case studies. If you don't have real results yet, create hypothetical scenarios or mock-ups of potential campaigns. Show the brand what you would do for them and back it up with market research and stats. Secondly, you can offer discounted or free trial campaigns. If you're new, you can consider offering a discount or even free trial campaigns to get your first case studies. Now, that's what most people would say you should do, but here's what I would do instead. Charge a normal price at a break even and then offer to work for free until you get the promised result. That way you're taken more seriously since they've paid, but also actively gaining experience and building a relationship. So even if you don't drive the result in the promised time, you're eventually going to hit it. As long as your service is good, the brand will stick with you. And finally, highlight personal expertise or experience. If you've worked in the industry or have relevant knowledge, emphasize that. You can still position yourself as an expert even if you don't have formal case studies yet. Just focus on what you know and how you'll apply it to their brand. Hopefully that's given you some direction, and as promised, the link to the slide deck template will be in the description. But a slide deck isn't the only thing that you're going to need to be successful with an IMA. So you can click somewhere here on the screen for a free 1-hour course going over exactly everything that you need, and otherwise smash the like button and subscribe for more value coming soon.